Well, hi everyone and welcome. I am Eric Thompson. I am president of Windermere Real Estate in Colorado. Thank you so much for engaging with this video. We're going to have some fun with this topic today called listing magnets. I'm going to give you some really good takeaways on how to attract listings to your business. These are things that have proven to work. These are strategies that we implement in my office and all across Windermere. By the way, real quick about our company, Windermere Real Estate. We are located in these 11 states all across the western U.S. We have 5 offices now in Colorado, and we're growing across the state, and we're really excited about that. All right, so let's roll in to how do we attract listings. Does it today feel like listings, there's kind of like a barren wasteland, right? Does it feel like there aren't many listings out there to pick from? Here's a quick stat. If you were to walk into our office in Fort Collins, Colorado, and say, hey, look for a home in Fort Collins, single-family home under $300,000. What we would tell you is that there are 5 homes to pick from in all of Fort Collins. And I know that's true all across the Front Range, really. We're dealing with the same issues and really true all across Colorado. So it kind of feels like a barren wasteland. You get online, you start searching for your customer. You're looking for a great property for them. You want to do a great thing for them. And it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating when you're searching for listings. You know what? It's frustrating for them too. So let's have some really good strategies on how we're going to attract some listings, okay? So in our few minutes together, I'm going to walk you through 3 strategies, okay? These are things, again, I know that works. Let's have some fun with this, okay? So these are 3 listing magnets. We want to attract some great listings to us so we can do a great job for these sellers and help them out. Okay, so as we start this, before we dive into the strategies, there's an important mindset key here. The mindset key is this. We are market makers, okay? And we must get upstream. We could choose to live at the bottom of the stream. We could be maybe a fish in that ocean waiting for the bait, waiting for the food to come out of that river and for us to eat that food. We may choose to do that. Or you know what? We can choose to go upstream. We can choose to swim into that river, swim upstream, and go find the food. And in this case, go find the listings, right? So we are market makers. So we will be at a great advantage when we have the mindset that we are market makers. We are going to seek out the listings. We are going to, in some cases, create the listings so we can go help out both buyers and sellers. So we will not be passive, just hanging out in the ocean waiting for the food to come into the ocean. We will be active. We will swim upstream. We're going to make listings happen, okay? Sound good? Got it? All right, so that's the mindset key. Let's dive in to strategy number 1. Strategy number 1, probably the most powerful of all these 3 that I'll share with you. It is the real estate review, the real estate review strategy. I'm going to walk you through exactly what this is and how it works and how you present this information to your customer. It starts with knowing that the questions, there's a question that all clients want to know. What do all clients want to know when it comes to real estate? Pretty simple. They want to know, well, what's my home worth? What's my home worth today? Even if they're not thinking of selling, this is a question that is constantly going through the mind of our customers, right? Their real estate, in most cases, is the most valuable asset that they own. They're always wondering what their real estate is worth. You know what? They get their statement from Charles Schwab or Edward Jones or whoever it is, right? They get the mutual fund, the 401k statement. Do they get a statement about their real estate, which is their most important asset? Do they get that statement? It's up to you to get them that really important information, and you do that with the real estate review. Okay, so here's how the real estate review works. Again, overarching mindset is that the customer, they want to know, even if they're not thinking about selling, they always want to know what's their home worth. They want to know what's going on in the real estate market. So we help them with that information by providing a real estate review. So this can be done either face-to-face or in the mail. It can also be done as a way of dropping it off at their house would be another strategy, leaving it on the front doorstep. We have a lot of great stories coming out of our office using that strategy. By the way, what you're noticing on here, one thing that's not on here is email. Email does not work, I don't believe. Unless they specifically know that this is coming, email does not work. What does work is to provide this face-to-face or in the mail. You want to set a goal to be doing 2 to 5 of these a week. A combination of face-to-face and in the mail. So you may have a personal goal of maybe 1 customer lunch every single week, or maybe it's 1 lunch and 1 coffee. Maybe it's 1 or 2 live face-to-face interactions a week, and then in addition, you're going to do 1 to 3 mailings a week of this information that I'm going to walk you through. Okay. If you rank your people ABC, and I teach a strategy on how to do that. By the way, you can reach out to me and I can walk you through how to do that. All of your A customers should be getting this from you once a year, because you know what? You're their realtor. They need this information. This information is really helpful to them, whether they're thinking of selling or not. It's up to you. It's your responsibility to get them this information. Get it at least to all of your A's every single year. What this whole review hinges upon is the map. So if you have a system, a program, I'm guessing you do, there's a lot of them out there. What I'm showing you is an example from our toolbox from Windermere Real Estate, but you're going to have some great tools at your disposal as well. This all hinges on a map. It's a map that shows activity in their neighborhood, okay? So what this is not, what this doesn't have to be is a full-blown 20-page CMA. You don't have to do that. This can be 3 or 4 pages of some really good, solid information. You can just keep it to the map and show them activity around their home, because you know what? They're seeing the signs go up, they're seeing the signs go down. They may not necessarily jump online to see what those properties sold for. You can provide some really great information by just showing them the map. And the map in a live one-on-one, face-to-face conversation becomes an amazing conversation piece where they will really engage with that map. You can point out sales, point out properties that are currently on the market. So again, you want to provide them with 3 or 4 pages of some interesting information about what's going on in their neighborhood. It does not have to be a full-blown CMA. You could do that, but it doesn't have to be that. It's just enough to open up the conversation. It's enough to give them some great value that will show them what's going on in their market. You should also know that if you do this by mail, it's really important to have a nice cover letter that goes along with it. If you want a template for this cover letter, send me an email. I'll show you my email address at the end, and I can get you that template cover letter to put along with this real estate review. And I also list out the exact components, kind of the exact ingredients that you want in this real estate review. Send me an email if you want all of that. Okay, so that's all strategy number 1, the real estate review. You know what? Get out and do 2 to 5 of these a week. Show them what's going on in the market. They'll love you for it, and it will create listings that will open up opportunity for you. Strategy number 2 is all about leveraging your current listing. So this could be a listing that you have, or maybe it's a listing in your office. So it's all about leveraging the current listings that you have. It's all about remembering some facts. So one fact is, as we look up and down the Front Range, a really good rule of thumb is that 10% of all properties will sell this year. So as you drive around a neighborhood, maybe there's 100 homes in that neighborhood, you know what, 10 of those are going to sell this year. That's just a simple rule of thumb that you can overlay on pretty much every market along the Front Range. It gets a little bit different on the Western Slope and in resorts, but you can definitely apply that on the Front Range. 10% are going to sell. So we know that 10% of homes are going to sell. So if you have a listing in a neighborhood with 100 homes, 9 other ones are going to sell that year. So just know that. Know that consumers driving around and driving home, driving to work in the morning, a fact, simple one, is that they're going to see your sign, right? So let's leverage the fact that you have that listing. And let's also leverage the fact knowing that they're going to be curious. The sign goes up, they will be curious. They're going to be curious about the actual data, and they're also going to be curious about the story. So they'll be curious to know, well, I wonder what that home is listed for. I wonder how long it's been on the market. I wonder what it sold for. They'll be curious about all that data, and they'll also be curious about the story. Gosh, I wonder how quickly it sold. I wonder if there were multiple offers. I wonder where the buyer came from. You know, all those kind of things they're going to wonder about. So we can leverage their curiosity, all right? So here's how we do that. I'm going to give you 3 different ways. One is to send a pre-listing letter. So you can send a letter out to the surrounding homes to let them know that this home either just hit the market or is about to hit the market, and walk them through what they need to know about that house. Again, they're curious. They either just saw the sign, they're about to see the sign. You can send out a pre-listing letter that walks them through everything that they need to know about that house. This can be even more powerful than a just listed postcard, because there's something about a letter that makes it a little more credible, a little more personal as well. You can do this in addition to the just listed postcard, but this is a strategy. Second is to do a private open house. So do an invitation only private screening, a pre-screening to the neighbors. So maybe you're going to do an open house on a Saturday from 10 to 11. You know what? Invite the neighbors from 9 to 10. Have some great special food for them. Maybe you have cookies, maybe you have donuts, whatever it is. Invite them to a neighbors only pre-screen of the home. Make it feel really special. send out a cool invitation, hand deliver the invitations, make it feel really neat and unique, and that will attract potential sellers there and the neighbors there. And you have great information about the market that's all relevant to the neighbors themselves. That's another way to leverage your listings. A third way, after the property sells, is to send not just the just sold postcard, also send a sales story letter. So this is something we started doing in our office. It tells the story of the sale. Now, it doesn't disclose anything that we shouldn't disclose, but it tells a story. It tells a story of how quickly it sold, if there were multiple offers or not. It walks them through the process that you use to get the home sold. And it takes the approach of if someone was sitting with you over coffee and they said, hey, tell me the story of that home selling, well, you just tell the story in that letter. It becomes really effective, again, because it's very, very personal. So those are 3 quick ideas on how to leverage your listings. The third strategy, this one is kind of fun. We call this the dream home strategy. All we're doing is we're imagining that now is the time for consumers to own their dream home, right? So they've realized amazing equity, great appreciation in their home. Interest rates are historically low. It's time for people to own their dream home. So you want to have some fun with this. So what you want to do is you want to pick a house. You want to pick a house that's a special, unique house. It doesn't have to be a multi-million-dollar house. Just find a house that's got a great story to it, that's really unique and special. Pick the house, and then go through your database and think about who would be a great fit for this home. Who needs to live in this home? Who needs to buy this home? Who would think of this home as their dream home, right? So, and then ask yourself, well, who needs to see this house? Who would really enjoy seeing this house? Who would have some fun seeing this house? And then you want to reach out to your people. You want to make sure it's relevant, right? You want to make sure it is something that they could afford and it is something that they would really like. But you simply say to them, hey, there's this really neat, really special, unique home that just hit the market. I'm going to go preview it. Do you want to come with me? Just for fun, do you want to come with me? And you use that term just for fun, not to trick them, but because it is fun. We're going to go have some fun. We're going to go look at this listing. So what this may do, it may open up their mind to the possibility of owning real estate. It may open up their mind to their other friends or family who may want to own this home. They will find this to be really fun. People like to go out and look at homes, right? And they're watching home shows on television, right? So you can have some fun with this, make it fun, and also make it relevant. And who knows what may happen. They may fall in love with this home, and then all at once you're listing their home. All right, so those are just 3 fun strategies. I mentioned that I have some resources for you. Reach out to me by email if you want to get those from me, eric.thompson@windermere.com. Thank you for watching, and go have some fun attracting some great listings.